Back in the day when you were shooting on film and film was incredibly precious and you could basically just shoot for 10 minutes at a time and then you had to stop and change the film reel, there was a lot of discipline and a lot of like planning out. Around the early 2000s when video cameras were good enough to kind of use, there was an expression we editors called spray and pray, which is basically just film everything. Metallica, some kind of monster, had 1,600 hours. Just film everything because it's just tape, who cares? The editors will figure it out. You're often just taking the material and just looking at it and saying, well, if I had to make a scene out of this, what would I do? So you don't necessarily know what you're doing as you're doing it, but you're like, well, this is kind of interesting. Here's Lars of Metallica messing around with a drum beat and he just can't get it right and he gets all frustrated and then his kid comes in and he kisses his kid, you know? And so like that's just a little, it's just a nice little nugget of a scene that probably won't get used, but maybe. And so you start to develop those. And I don't know if you can see on the screen behind me here, but typically I use a piece of software called Miro. It's sort of a virtual index card program, and you can sit there and kind of move the scenes around. And you know, I usually have an orphans pile. These are scenes that we don't have a spot for, and then I usually have like a must-use sound bites column that'll be like, man, we got to find a place to put this. This is hilarious, or this little scene is hilarious. We've got to find it, but we don't actually know where in the structure it can go yet. So that's a valuable tool in terms of like, how do you corral all this material?